This one tree used to beat its chest with pride. I'm so high up, it used to say, I can withstand the tide. It looked up at the sun. I'm so close to you, but I never burn like Icarus. It said and started its dance, basking in the glory of its existence when it saw a cloud. It hated the clouds as they were a barrier to its fun, and they were the ones that dared to block the sun. Needs to be taught a lesson, it thought and held its head high. The cloud stopped above the tree, ready to set its contents free when it heard a voice. Who told you you have poise? The cloud looked below to face the haughty willow. What's with all the noise? It said, fully aware of the ploys. The tree shook away its dead leaves, and then it tried to prove what it believes. You don't have a place to rest, you don't have any identity, still you think you do your best. The cloud was impassive because its enormity was massive. I don't need to rest because for you and your friends it's the best. The tree shook its head mockingly and rustled its leaves provokingly. The one that attracts you like magnet is me with my song so elegant. To which the cloud said, I hold your lifeline and never get paid. I nurture your demands and I get humiliated instead. The tree wasn't the one to bend, so it kept talking with no need to amend. You keep us away from the sun and you live the life of a vagabond, drifting away with air even though you try to outrun. The tree thought it had won the game, for it was a willow who had all the fame. The cloud chuckled at the tree's audacity. The tree was the epitome of loquacity. The sun is tired of all the lending. It is tired of it being never ending. The sun has nothing it could ever take, so it narrates its tale without a break. The tree was not fascinated at all. So what? It said, standing up tall. The cloud was never going to take the fall. I am the bearer of all its sorrows. It is necessary for me to fill up the furrows. The sun's agony is same as the earth when you rip off the soil. Slowly since birth, I listen to the sun and hold it within me. I nurture pain, carrying weight with glee, and then I darken and warn the men of the sun's fury. That's when you gain thirst for the water that I hold. It's those sweet tears of the sun you behold. It brings life to trees like you. Maybe you should start thanking me too. The tree had still a bit of ego left. It started to insult in the magnitude of what you call a gigantic cleft. What's with all the attitude? When all you do is stealing from the ocean and you say you invest your emotion, why such a show? Gloom is all you sow. The cloud was optimistic, impassive. It smiled at the tree, mindset progressive. Can you repay the debt when the one that sowed your seed prayed for my presence with ways adept? You raised your head when my heart bled, and you never paid a heed when I was tending to what you need. So now pay for all those tears and for all those years when you dying without water was one of my constant fears. I fooled the ocean and embraced the sun. I left my crater, and I have been traveling thereafter to give you your existence. Repay me. Repay me, for all the love is now past tense. I might be too much invested in you, but see, I have feelings too. The cloud said and looked the other way. It knew the tree had nothing else to say. It smiled and started drifting away when it heard the tree say, Together we make life worth living. You, me and the sun. We are life-giving. For the benefit of men, let's forget all the words that I have said. I regret. It shouldn't have been this way. I feel guilty and look at myself in dismay. The cloud was generous and selfless. Your words shouldn't be so reckless. It looked at the tree, who was apologetic, so it softened a bit. It wasn't apathetic. It smiled down at the tree. So what do you want? Tell me, feel free. The tree looked up, rustling its leaves. I want to knit us, sincerity on all weaves. The cloud felt a spark, a cue to give in, a shimmer of a feeling running right in. The cloud saw the tree, arms welcoming, it felt itself on the verge of bursting. The tree started dancing with the breeze. The cloud thundered, making everything freeze. Slowly a drop trickled down its face. 1, then 2, then 3, increased pace, till it became a light drizzle with a rhythm. The cloud happily embraced the earth's bosom. The tree was happier than before because the water nourished it, seeping down each pore. The cloud emptied its pain. It kissed the tree's forehead with the rain. The cloud wasn't dark anymore. It had accomplished its task to reach the tree's core. The drizzle stopped. The sun started showing up. The tree shook its leaves because it had to give up. I will be back again, so don't cry. The tree had to hold some of the water. It had to dry. Is this the farewell? The tree asked. Don't worry, I will be back before you stand aghast. The tree nodded and promised itself. Those dewdrops are precious in itself. It waved at the cloud and set it free, so the haughty willow was now the humble tree. The cloud moved on, tending to the others. It reminisced the willow's words while tending to its brothers. It smiled and again faced the sun as they whispered about what to be done. The cloud holds the sun's agony again. It is unbothered even though it has nothing to gain. The cloud brings on the rain and washes off all the melancholy and pain. The silence of the cloud turns into song of the rain. Trees like that willow sway to the rhythms. They still cannot guess. The cloud's depths are beyond the fathoms.